Hey, Tony Gas is here popping in. Now it's 2:16. I gotta be to the comedy club in 4 hours. So they say do stuff that scare you. So I'm doing my seminar tonight in a comedy club. And so that's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm praying don't nobody from off the street come in there and think that I'm a comedian and be like, oh my, that guy was terrible. And we having us a love and relationship talk. And so San Diego, you probably done missed, California, you done missed the opportunity to get your tickets. So Dallas, April 18th, make sure you get your ticket for the 3Bs conference. That's a totally different situation. That's an all-day conference, multiple speakers, therapists, fitness people, everything. And more dressed up, event, business casual. We also have a lunch with me and the other people. So grab your lunch ticket. Got to hurry up and get your lunch ticket because they got to, put a count on it. So we doing that tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about, we'll get us to talk about some of these punks out here, some of these free lifestyle clowns. And one of the things people was, wondering why I didn't debate the guy, and the reason why is because I don't argue with fools. It's one thing for me to be on my page disseminating a message, getting a message out to the world. It's another thing for me to sit down with my presence in the presence of a fool. I just not something that I entertain, something I want to do. But me teaching the world from my page, from the comfort of my home or my location, wherever I'm at, that's totally different. But I'm not finna fly to Atlanta to get on Hardly Initiated and got to get a hotel, flight, all of that right there to sit down. And I just told him that's a waste of time because I'm like, the guy ain't got no argument. And so what I want y'all to realize is this here movement, man, I want to help y'all understand this, because if you're not in a relationship, you're going to end up in a relationship, or you might be in a relationship right now, whether you dating or married. But this manosphere and free agent lifestyle is ruining marriages today. It's ruining marriages today. And what I mean by that is they have these narratives that the man is this, the man is, the leader, the boss, high value. The woman, she don't have as much value. She conniving, selfish, sneaky, manipulative. Like, they paint these pictures sometimes without saying those exact words. And so what men do, men in relationships, marriage or not, go back to their relationship and start creating arguments, creating fights. Men are sending their woman these videos and the stuff that these men are saying. And these men are sending the videos of men who are degenerates. They're lost, they're lames, they're losers. Somebody sent me a screenshot of the guy, Coach Greg Adams, and he had on like a kind of like a sissified cream shirt with no sleeves, with the fake diamond, the cubic zirconia necklaces, and sitting there with it arms out and all of that right there. Little holes in the shirt, little holy sweater, like a little crochet vest, trying to look like a zaddy. And it's like, that's what these men is. Like, old as Methuselah, trying to look good, trying to look sexy. It's just like, come on, man. Y'all see what I'm on here in. my consistency. I got 12 of these shirts, so this is not the same one that you seen me in. Change my shirt and my shorts. But I wear this consistency shirt every day. That's why you see me pop up on here every day. But you see what I'm in. Imagine I come on here every day. I got all kind of clothes over there in my thing. Nice. Prada jacket, Issa Miyake, matching sets, 8 Amy Leon door. I got all kind of stuff over there, but I'm not on here trying to look like no zaddy for the audience, for the women that's watching me. And he talked to men and on there trying to look good to the men. And then, you know, mentioning my name. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, what these clowns want is they want the motion. So I'm talking to them because I'm going to give them the motion because I'm expose what they doing. And that's how you know that they sent by the devil, because not only are they keeping men single and telling men not to marry, but they also destroying relationships because they're painting a false narrative. And they got men thinking that this is the life to live, and that this life is fun, and this life is exhilarating, and this the best way to live. So now they got men who are in a relationship living vicariously through them. And the men are afraid to leave their relationship because they can't live on their own. And they not man enough to live on their own. And so they need that woman as a caretaker, as a confidant, as a emotional support teddy bear, a human teddy bear. And so they can't lead a relationship because they're not man enough to stand on their own and then go out and attract a woman that's for them. So what they do is they exist in a relationship, but they put the woman through hell on earth. They gaslight her daily. They control her. They manipulate her. They deceive her. They breadcrumb her. They compare her to a bunch of false stories and false comparisons. They shove these other men videos down her throat. They make her think and feel that she's like she's not valuable. She's worthless, not priceless, worthless. And so the woman, she's been in love, and like she fell in love, and that's why she with the man. And now she living and she's like, who is this guy? Like, he listening to single men who are cockholders, and y'all forgive my French, I ain't say the D word, but they meat grabbers. And she's like, what is going on? Like, he listening to these men. These men are traveling around doing all this debauchery, and here her man, he in a relationship, so she confused. She like, how is he in a relationship, but he listening to single men who are fornicating? And then what these men start to do, they start to watch the corn. They start to flirting with their co-workers. They start trying to get a work wife. They start trying to get women on the side. They get on OnlyFans. They start trying to buy these women. They start trying to do all, y'all gotta forget my skincare routine. White got me. So I got a little glow on me right now. Y'all forgive me, I ain't oily. That's that W.A.R. And so they try to do all of that right there. And they don't understand what a real man is. They don't understand that a real man is faithful. A real man is locked in. A real man is focused. A real man take care of his business. And they don't understand that. And so they get with these other little women's. And then I'm going to tell you, these men, they doing little men's trips. They doing little retreats. But it ain't like the kind that I'm thinking about doing where we going and we building and we working on business and entrepreneurship, how to be better husbands and all of that and growing as men. They doing little retreats and stuff, little guys trips where they going and basically being passport bros. They going and getting the connect in that other country to hire prostitutes so they could trick off. And they getting these Airbnbs and they hiring these women, and these women is coming over there, and these women is dancing and stripping, and they doing all this stuff, and they having these orgies. And what they doing during the orgy, and they running the train on the woman, they having these orgies. And see, they mad that I'm telling their secrets because they try to do this stuff, and they under this guise as if they normal men who do normal stuff, and they don't want you to know what all they be doing. But they over there, and these men is getting their salad tossed by these women. These men got booty beads, all of that. See, the thing about it is, I'm a life coach. So these men get found out, and they woman be telling me everything that she done found out about. But I already know, because I know where debauchery lead, and I used to coach. I done coached these escorts, these prostitutes, whatever you want to call them. I done coached them. These men will have the woman, will have the prostitute put a strap on and tear the lining out of them. The woman put a strap on. The woman got booty beads. The woman is tossing a salad. And y'all forgive the reality of what I'm telling you is real and it's raw. We all grown here. So y'all, in this series, you can't let your kids listen to this, but what I'm trying to tell you about is this is real. So when you meet these men, or you dealing with these men, and you find out these men is into the red pill, they into the manosphere, and then they talking about they want to do a guy's trip. Unless your man live like, walk like, talk like, act like Jesus, no guy's trip is allowed. You can't let no average, everyday man go on no guy's trip and think that he not over there busting something down. Oh, he wearing it out. And he might be over there with a transvestite. And see, I'm over here. Now listen, I'm over here where I'm at. And yesterday, I'm walking around, just want to be out the room, catch a little breeze. So they got a little bar out there on the rooftop. So I sit down, I'm sitting there, two black guys come sit by me. Well, one of the black guys got a wedding ring on. The other guy, I don't know if he got a ring on, but I'm listening to him talking, he sound feminine. Now, it could have just been his voice, but from what it sounded like to me, it looked like a straight man, a straight black man was with a gay black man. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I know a lot of times I'm not. And so that's what you got to realize. Some of these men that follow these, like Coach Greg Adams and these other coaches, they going on these guys trips and these men's retreats, and they are around and befriending and besties with gay men. I'm gonna tell you something. A heterosexual man will never be friends we will be kind to, like we will be cordial with. I done had 2 or 3 gay waiters at a restaurant. And I'm gonna tell you something that 2 gay men did that served me at a restaurant that has never happened any other time I've ever had a male waiter, is they reached out to shake my hand after serving, after I signed the check. I was telling my client about that the other day. And I'm nice to them. I'm not homophobic. I don't try to, embarrass them or nothing like that. But that would let me know the perversion. It was almost like they wanted to get a touch of my hand. And so some of these men, that's what these men is doing. They turning these men out. And they got these men listening to their message. And these men is becoming eroticized for other men. Because you gotta remember, these men is sitting and they watching and they listening to these other men talk about their sexcapades, talk about their meat. And so when they go on these trips with these guys, what they do is, and see, remember, this is revenge of the lame. So it'll be a lame and he make 500,000. He'll reach out to a coach. And then the coach will befriend him because the coach know the man got money, and the man got more money than the coach got. So the coach like, man, hey, man, I really like you, man. You a good dude. Like, man, you the type of guy I want to be around, man. And so the coach go to manipulating his clients, his male clients, and then he do a guy's trip to where they paying for him. They paying for his alcohol, his flight, his hotel, his prostitutes, and the coach going for free. And these men is getting over there and they going into these houses and they Airbnbs and they got these women, and these women is coming and doing all this. They strip and all of that. They do all of that right there. And these men, now this is what I'm gonna tell you what's going on. These men is meat watching. They meat watching. So the coach will be over there and his client will be over here, and both of them got their own woman, and then the client and then the coach, they trying to see girth. They trying to see who girthier, who longer. That's what they be doing. And that's how they get turned out. And so I'm gonna tell you something now. If a man is sleeping around and telling about it past the age of 25, he is battling a homosexual spirit. It's no longer brag worthy after 25. After 25, you as a full grown man, if you still bragging about being a womanizer, being a free agent, you're gay. That's all it is. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So I'm telling y'all, what you gotta do is when you meet a man or you got a man, your man, you have to go to these coaches, like that coach Greg Adams, and if you see any of them other coaches, you gotta go to their Instagram and you gotta see who follow you or that you follow, cause you follow your man or your guy friends or whatever, and you gotta see which of them follow these coaches. Whoever follow these coaches, you gotta get your distance. You gotta get your distance because they male chauvinists. They like, listen, I believe the man is the household. I'm not the household, the head of the household. I believe a man is a leader. I believe all of that the Bible say. But I'm not a male chauvinist. I'm not a sexist. And that's what these men are. And that's what they into. And I'm trying to tell you now. And so you got to realize that. Let me see something real quick. So this is the thing what you got to understand. And I'm going to tell you, and the reason why I know that this is real, because I'm in the trenches. Like I do this all day, every day. I got 2 shows tonight, 7 o'clock and 9:30, and here I am. I'm doing this, and so I remember when the man in the dark was out before he died from his debauchery and died with a woman. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I suspect, because they say he already had health issues, but what I suspect is he probably had them pop pills for extending the length and the girth and the stamina, and mixed with Red Bulls and or Hennessy, and it became too heavy of a load on his heart. That's what I believe, and that's what these men have to do, because they trying to perform. And when you're trying to perform, you gotta take enhancers, because especially when these women find out who you are and what you do and all of this, you don't want her to be able to go back and say, oh, he's a minute man, or he this or he that. So they own that brown liquor, they own their Viagra and different pills, they own all kind of stuff, they got pumps and all of this. And this is what they teaching their minions. They teaching these other men. These men not just talking about stocks and crypto and business, they talking about debauchery. And they sharing travel tips, travel secrets. They sharing who the pimps are in that place, who is safe, who you could talk to, who you can get to hire your women. They saying they telling which women they think are clean, which women to get with. They telling this how you plan your guys' trip, and basically this is a bunch of immature grown boys suffering from arrested development. And they watching my every video right now because they have an addictive personality. So the same way they are addicted to porn, they have to hear the truth that I'm telling, because they trying to go back and find lies and fallacies so that they could comfort themselves and say, oh, he said we do this, he said we do that, he said we doing this and that, this and that. And their spirit is being convicted because they know they're living a lifestyle that they should not be living. They know that they're lost. They know that they're hurt. They know that they're broken. And so you could look at your husband or your boyfriend who may be following these clowns, and you'll see his attitude change, his demeanor change. And what I was going to say, the reason why I know it's real is because when it was at its height, it affected me. There was days that I had to look, and I looked at my wife and I questioned, like, is she getting over? And I realized, I said, wow, that's Satan right there. That's how the devil do you right there. He takes and he makes you question your role as a man. He makes you look at a woman as somebody that you need to compete with. And that's how he destroying marriages. And listen, I done coached so many women that told me they marriage ended because their husband started listening to Kevin Samuels, or like these coaches like the coach Greg Adams and these other lames who were never him, who are ugly, despicable, repulsive, disgusting, and then they get out here and they start spewing all this stuff. And they want a Christian man to suck their thing. They want a Christian man to toss they salad like them women be doing over there. So they want us to bow down to them and to talk to them with respect and dignity and decency, as if we don't know that they demon possessed and they doing the work of Satan. You get no respect from me. You get no respect from me. You ain't getting no break from me. I'm putting foot on necks all 2026 till you stop being down low and you come out that closet and you fall on your face and repent to God for your debaucherous, filthy, disgusting lifestyle, and you go and you get a trade or you take a certification from Google or Meta and you go get a software job and you get offline spewing your foolishness and your ignoramity, and you shut up and you man up. I'm keeping my foot on y'all punks' necks till every one of your followers realize that you are a scam artist and you are a lame, and that you should not have no platform and you should not have no voice. And y'all have to grow up. And y'all gotta man up. It is disgusting. And you taking up good oxygen. We is out here short of air because y'all are breathing up our good oxygen to then turn around and spew ignoramity, debaucherous filth, punk propaganda, and it is destroying society. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. See, because they're not Christian, they don't understand the spiritual realm. And so they living right now high and mighty. And they thinking that, oh, man, I'm living a life. Man, I'm free agent. Man, I get to sleep with these different baddies. Get to do my thing, move around. I ain't got to check in with no woman. I ain't got to answer to no woman. I ain't got to lose half in divorce. And that's how they living. And they think that they living good. They think that they doing good. And what they don't realize is the way Satan work is Satan has no loyalty. Satan does not care about you. So as soon as Satan realizes that their work is no longer converting Christian men, righteous men, or men with sense over to their debaucherous lifestyle, he's going to kill them. He leaves no witnesses. He's going to kill them. The same way he took the life of Kevin Samuels, he's going to kill them, because what Satan cannot afford is for one of these men to change their life and realize the error of their ways and live to tell about it. He can't afford that. So while he has complete rule and reign over their life, he's going to take them out when he's done with them. It might be a heart attack, it might be cancer, it might be a car wreck, it might be a woman. He is going, and that's why I'm trying to warn them. They're mad with me because I'm holding them accountable and I'm telling them the truth. But if y'all look in history, look at how sick Bill Cosby got. Look at how sick Harvey Weinstein got. Look at what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. Look at what happened to Kevin Samuels. If you look at the history of free agent lifestyle men, they all die a lonely, miserable death. They either get like a bad disease or they go out sad. All of them. And that's what I'm trying to warn these men about. The wages of sin is death. It does not pay. When you living against what your mama taught you, what your grandma taught you, what the Creator taught you, and I'm going to challenge these men. If your mama is not strung out on drugs and you able to talk to her today, or if you want to go to her gravesite and talk to her if she has passed away, ask your mom or your grandmother if you can still talk to her If you can't talk to either of them, ask your aunt. Is she proud of you for not getting married again or married for the first time and for sleeping with different women with no strings attached? Ask her, mama, grandma, auntie, does that make me more of a man? Like, am I a smart man to not get married and just sleep with a woman, but not give her a real commitment and not marry her? And then if when I'm done with her or tired of her, I go to the next woman, and then I also travel around the world and I sleep with like prostitutes and night walkers and street walkers, and or I'll shoot my shot at a woman who live over there, and I'll play on her insecurity or her ignorance and the fact that she wants a passport to America. She wants a visa, so I know that. So I'll pretend to be interested in her, and then I'll have sex with her. This them talking now, not me. And ask this to a woman in your life and ask her, is she proud of you? And see, what they're gonna say is they don't care about what a woman thinks. So you don't care about what your mama think. You don't care about what your grandma think. You don't care about what your sister think. You don't care about your auntie think. And what kind of life is that? What kind of life is it to live as a man and not value the heart and the mind and the thoughts and the feelings of women? How is that not a down low man lifestyle? Because even gay men value those things about women. That's why they call the GBF. They call it the gay best friend. Because even they value women. So, and I'm gonna tell you something. If your mom or grandma or aunt has told you that you're smart for not getting married, ask her how many times she's been raped or molested. And I guarantee you the number is shocking, because she's not in her right mind. She's trauma ridden. No woman in her right mind will tell you as a man that you should not get married. She is jaded. She has gone through some trauma. She has seen marriage scare her. And she's speaking from that place of fear, scarcity, brokenness, jadedness. She's not speaking from a healthy, whole, full, complete place in her life. So there are women who will tell me, yeah, don't get married, don't get married, you shouldn't get married, I don't believe in marriage, you shouldn't get married. There are women who will tell men that. But when you get to the root cause of why they feel that way, they will tell you a story of how marriage scared them, or they saw people marriage change or ruin their life. My son just told my client who play soccer in England is going to the FA Cup final versus Manchester City. I got one of my mentees, one of my clients on the other team, play pro, what they call football, we call it soccer over there. Man, see, this kind of men I coach, real men, professional footballers. And you know what my client is? He come to me for mentorship. You know what he is? He's married. He's married with daughters. So he knows the importance of becoming a better man. He knows he got to grow. He know he got to live right and do the right thing. So he look up to a real man, not these punks who is online spewing this debauchery, this filth, and this ignorance. These guys is broken. And I want y'all to understand something, because What these men try to do, and y'all listen to me now. 3 o'clock, got to be to the comedy club in 3 hours, okay? Y'all listen to me now. I'm going to tell you what these men do. These men try to have an appearance of masculinity. So they may try to have muscles. They may try to wear jewelry. They may get one of them Cracker Jack box outfits, try to have an outfit. They try to do that stuff right there so that they can appear to women like they real men. And they try to appear to other men like they real men. Now I'm gonna tell you something about their followers. They followers was raised by a single mom. And that's why I respect the women who introduced their son to me. And that still don't stop everything, because these guys is so loud out here and they so disgusting that they are stealing the minds of the young men. So the young men, the human brain naturally likes the path of least resistance. So when they look at it from the outside looking in, they look at it and they say, hey, it's easier not to have to take care of a woman fully financially and to be able to talk to her, have sex with her, pump and dump, and move on. Like, that's easier. Tony Gaskin's wife don't work. He take care of her fully. She get thousands of dollars a month to spend however she want to. Tony also take care of his mother-in-law and his mom and his dad. Man, that's a hard life. I don't know if I want that life. That's how they look at that. They like, man, I don't know if I want that life. These guys get to go from woman to woman. And they get to be broke, but just trick off and splurge on certain things to make the woman think they got money. And I'm going to tell you what these guys do. These single men, at their house, they live with a cousin or a brother. Some of them live multiple men to a house, so they share. They don't even have a bed frame. A lot of these men ain't got no bed frame. See, they don't want me to tell these secrets on them. They sleeping on a mattress on the floor. And what they do is they pool their money together and they get moissanite jewelry. So they try to, because it passed the diamond tester. So they could go on live and put a diamond test on that moissanite, it's gonna pass. And so that's what they do. And now what they do is they take their whole check. They work temp jobs. They work customer service jobs from home. They do bouncer and security jobs late night, overnight. And what they do is, when it's time to go on a date, they get on Turo and they'll rent that Porsche 911 for $250 or $500, and they'll spend every dime they got to rent the Range Rover or the Porsche or the G-Wagon or the Lamborghini, and they go pick up this scallywag, take her out, pay for dinner, then they go to her house or take her to a hotel, bust her down because she think he got money, because she can't tell that that's moissanite stones and not diamonds, and she don't know that that car is not hers, because she don't know how to look up the license plate to see who that car belongs to. So she just see the car, and what they do is they'll go get a keychain, a custom keychain. Some of them actually get a custom tag frame to put on a Turo rental. And so they live in a complete lie. And then they go home and they literally living off of, they wok fry the rice. They put the rice in the pan, put a little soy sauce in there. They wok frying the rice and ramen noodles. And that's what they eat at home. But they take the woman to a state dinner. Or what they do is they gaslight her. They gaslight her and they say, hey, nah, I want to take you out, but I know you like a classy woman, you're a respectable woman, you're an independent woman. So it's like, me personally, I like to pay for everything, but I know you the type of woman that where you like to stand on your own 2 feet because you don't want to feel like you owe me nothing. So I know you the type that you be liking to pay for the date, don't you? Or you at least want to go half, don't you? They gaslight her. So then she think, oh, well, he want me to pay for it, or he want me to go half. Then she say, yup, you got me right. You called it. But no offense to you though, no offense to you. I just want you to know that I don't need you for money. And so what a lot of these free agent lifestyle and MGTOW men going their own way and red pill men do, they future fake. They don't wear on their forehead that they a client, a coach, Greg Adams, or one of these other clowns. They don't put that on their forehead because they know the woman will run to the point she tear her hamstring. Not pull her hamstring, she tear her hamstring. They know that. So being that they know that, they take her and they looking at that thing and they like, they gotta pretend. So see, they don't let the woman know that they are a red pill popper until about a month and a half to 3 months in. They hide it very well until then. Very well. So they hide it, and the woman is like, okay, and she getting finesse. And I'm gonna tell you what they do. So the same way, I don't know if you ever seen this, but I was, when I was in the streets selling drugs, I was in college. And so we had like apartments for like college students. And I had this it was a guy who somehow he found out I sell drugs. So he came to me one time, and he was a gay guy. And he came to me one time, he said, hey, I got these checks. Got 33 of them. Get the right checks, get the right bad checks. I was like, oh, okay. And it was like every time that there was a gay guy in the community, they was always into some fraud. They were always scamming. And I just was like, why do gay guys be doing that? That's what these men be doing, because majority of these men in these red pill and all these movements, majority of these men, 70% of them is bisexual. And so they do little scams. So one of the things they do to fund their sexcapades, they guys trips where they be meat watching. One of the things they do is they scam unassuming innocent women. So they get with the woman, and this happened before now. Well, it ain't before. It happened several times where my clients that came to me and tell me about this man, and they be like, yeah, you know, I gave him 30,000. I gave him 10,000. I gave him 40,000. I gave him 6,000. I gave him 2,000. And I'm like, whoa. I be sitting there like, man, I'm in the wrong business. And then they be wanting a payment plan and discounts from me. But it showed me what a woman will do for love. So when they got the opportunity to love a man, to have a man in a relationship, they got all kind of money. But because they can't be with me romantically, they need a payment plan and discounts. But for the man in the free agent lifestyle that she didn't know was in the free agent lifestyle, she could figure out a way to touch 40,000, 30,000, 20,000, and all of this right here. So I'm like, man, how this work now? And I mean, they be broke. And the man be done ran off with money. I never forget, I coached a client. This big old Ponzi scheme came out, and they mentioned the ring leaders. One of the ring leaders was the ex-boyfriend of my client. And my client told me that she had gave the man tens of thousands because he told her he can invest her money for her and flip it. And it was a Ponzi scheme. That's what these men do. Because see, the thing about it is, this is what you got to realize about these guys. The same spirit that is in a homosexual man is the same spirit that's in them. But that spirit also can be heterosexual. But the perversion of that spirit is what causes that chaos. And so that's what you got to realize and understand. And these guys, because they not in the spiritual realm, they don't understand what they possess by. And so they go through a lot of mental health issues, and they go through a lot of struggles. And it's almost like, you'll think, when you get around these guys, you'll think that they are like bipolar or schizophrenic or manic depressed. Like, you'll think they something like that. It's really demonic possession. And they go through it. They go through it. They have all kind of episodes. And it's really that internal battle, because they're physically warring in the spirit against the spirits. They trying to fight physically against the spirit that's in them internally, and that's why they have those mental health issues. So a lot of them, what they have to do, they have to self-medicate. So they might be on a certain type of pill. Majority of them are on marijuana, and then also alcohol. And then what they do is other little things. So some of them, like, they take steroids, and they do a bunch of working out. Some of them, they in their 50s, they go get a Lamborghini. They get a Lamborghini. They doing all these different things. They going through. They struggling. They fighting tooth and nail. I mean, just clawing and trying to figure it out. But they don't understand that it's the spirit that they carry. And that spirit has to be crucified. You can't self-medicate that spirit to death. You can't rid yourself of that spirit through self-medication. And that's what they be trying to do. And so this is what I want you to realize and understand. It gets real out here. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to admit it. But for me, it's like, I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. I got to tell you the truth. And so that's what these guys is doing. And they over here, they watching these videos now. Y'all got to understand, they watching these videos. They can't comment, but they watch these videos because they know that I'm hitting on the truth. They know I'm telling the truth. And they know, and they can't understand, like, so this is what they gonna argument gonna be. They gonna say, Tony telling what he done did. They gonna say how he know all of this, how he coming up with all this. We don't do none of that. That's because they not in the spiritual realm. They don't understand that God has showed me spiritually what all the debauchery that they into. So I already know the rhythmic flow of what they got going on and what they do, because I understand lust, I understand the mind, and I understand men. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm gonna tell you, it gets bad. It gets bad. Like, I can't say everything that these guys do because we on here, but it gets bad. One thing I will tell you though, keep your children away from these men. Like as soon as you realize that a man is red pill or whatever, you got to get your kids as far from these men as possible. Because I'm going to tell you what they do. They take about this right here, about that much, that top of that finger, some of them that much of that finger. And they put it where the sun don't shine on their children. Yeah. Don't ever let one of these men, if you got a newborn or you got a young daughter and your man is in listening to red pill people, never let him change her diaper. Ever. Never let him be alone with her. Because these men are demonic possessed and they become desensitized to women. They will violate their own daughter. See, listen to me now. Y'all don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me. I'm not playing with you now. This ain't no derogatory, defamation, none of that. This is real. These men are violating their own daughter. And for the ones who spare their daughter, they do it to their nieces. They do it to their daughter friends. And some of these men, if they are closeted, they do it to their sons. They do it to their son friends. They do it to their nephews. They desensitize. And this how you know they desensitize. When you go to their pages, you hear how vitriolic they are towards women. See, listen, the nature of a man, a real man, we cannot be vitriolic towards a woman, and especially online publicly. The fact that these men call women B's, H's, they talk down, talk nasty about women publicly, it lets you know how desensitized these men are. And these men are fingering. Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, you got to thoroughly vet the men in your life. Because you might have to work a second job or a third job. So you dropping your daughter off at your family house. And you dropping your daughter off at your mama house, but your nephew live there. And he 15 plus, or your brother live there and he 15 plus, and you dropping your daughter off to your family house. So you like, oh, that's my family. Like, I know my daughter saved. Like, I know her uncle love her. I know her cousin love her. I know her whoever love her. Check his Facebook, check his Instagram, casually ask him, hey, you watch YouTube? Who you be watching on there? If you hear Coach Greg Adams or any of these other that stuff, listen, you got to quit that job. You quit that job or find you a job that got a daycare at it. Something. You got to do something different. You got to figure it out. You might have to get on care.com and hire a nanny and put nanny cams all up through the house so that she know she on candid camera. Because I'm telling you right now, think about it. Think about it. You see how desensitized these men are when you listen to how they talk on their videos about women. That tell you right there, that negative derogatory tone tell you right there where their mind is at and what they will do. And this the thing, all this stuff right here done been brought to me. I done been told the literal real story. Some of the books I done wrote, ghost written some of these books. And I done been told the real story of what these men do. I had one client, it happened to her from her red pill stepfather from the age of 2 years old to the age of 17 years old. For 15 years, this man violated her. Her stepfather. For 15 years, this man violated her. And she say she could remember because of the trauma, it made her brain switch on. She say from the age of 2 years old, when he would have her sit on his knee, and she would have on like a little dress, and he would take and put finger in her while she's sitting on his knee. That's what I'm trying to tell you that these men is doing. And they think that it's a secret. They think that don't nobody know. Because I'm going to tell you like this right here, and this was what angers me so much, is that people don't get it. That people don't realize it. People wonder why I get so angry, and not in a real sense, but why I have such a righteous indignation is because I am sitting on the phone all day long, and I have to hear these stories. So that's why when I tell these men, if you jump froggy, I will kill you, it's because I'm so full of a righteous indignation because of the stories I have to hear from that side of the aisle, from those type of men, the type of men who despise marriage and won't get married and settle down and be faithful. And they try to pretend that it's just in that little ecosystem, and that's all it is that they're just against marriage and they don't want to get married because they don't want to lose half of their net worth. That's not it. Because you blow half of your net worth in strip clubs. You blow half of your net worth on cars. You blow half of your net worth traveling and sleep with these prostitutes. What are you talking about? That is a cover-up. That is a lie. And that is how they hide in plain sight, trying to pretend it is about money. The average black man in America makes less than $45,000 a year. So what money are they protecting? Think about it now. What money are they protecting? Less than 1% of black men make 6 figures. So what money are they protecting? That's how you know it's hogwash. That's how you know this is all lies. This is all a cover-up so that they can see. The thing about it is, these boys is Epstein Island. That same thing. See, we just think it's just white men. No, it's these black men that's in the free agent lifestyle. Because I'm going to tell you like this right here. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay, listen to me. Really think about this. Do you think these men who despise marriage, despise women, despise me and my message is going to go over to this country, go to another country, and they bring him a 14-year-old girl who look 18, but he knows she's 14 because they told him, hey, she's young. We want to bring you something. Hey, yeah, papi. Tight. Castellanos. Cuatrantos. Tight. Yeah, papi. Yeah, hey. Extra 300. Tight. You think they finna sit over there and be like, no, man, no way, no, man, get that, no, absolutely not, no, Poppy, get that 14-year-old from out of here. No. They dive right in. They dive right in. We got the proof. They dive right in, and that's why they doing it out the country. That's why they talking about passport bros. It's so that they could go and get their Epstein Island on and not get locked up. Because they know America's system is too tight. They'll get found out for the stuff that they doing. So they going out the country to do this stuff. Guess what? Listen to me, man. Listen, listen. I have a mentee who came to me. I can't say his name. He came to me and he said, T. He said, man, listen. And they got him. They got him. They got him. I don't know what he doing, where he at, what he got going on right now. But I think they won him. I think they won him over. Because he came to me one time and he told me, he said, man, listen. He said, man, it's so hard because he said, man, all my homeboys, they doing this. They going over the, he said somewhere, I can't remember if he said Colombia or Cambodia or Brazil or somewhere he said. And he was like, man, you go over there and they bring you a lineup of like 25 women. And you get to pick any one of them that you want. And you get her to yourself to do anything you want to do with her for $200. You get to do anything you want to do with her for $200 for 24 hours. And he said, T, these women are not ugly. He say they 10 out of 10s. Now the ones they going over there to get for free look like throw up. And that's what Coach Greg Adams was showing you. Them ugly women he be with. Women look like they got stung by a bee in the face. And they're allergic. All of his women is ugly. Now, when they go to the real places and you get to buy, these women have been kidnapped. These women have been, they mom died or they dad died. They've been raised up by the pimp. And so in these other countries, that sex trafficking is real. It's real here too. And that's what these guys are into. This free agent lifestyle, they sex traffickers. That's what this MGTOW, this Manosphere, they sex traffickers. That's why P. Diddy locked up right now. That's what they tried to put on. That's what they put on him. In so many words, that's what they put on him. And see, that's what these guys is into, and that's why I'm calling they butt out. Because it is nasty and it's debaucherous. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Pray for me. Pray for me. I got all kind of life insurance because they don't want me to tell because I'm the only one telling it. You got to be cut from a different cloth. Like I can't ask nobody to get out here in these trenches with me. I can't. Y'all see the hardly initiated boys. Y'all see they retired. Like everybody ain't built for this. Everybody ain't built for the truth. You don't see no other coach, mentor, speaker, author, leader, teacher online talking how I'm talking, do you? Not one. Because men so caught up with being liked by other men. I don't care if now man like me. Long as I'm pleasing to God. And I'm trying to get those young men that's hanging in the balance. I'm trying to get them out of that debaucherous lifestyle. Get them out of that walk with Satan. And get them over here on my side. Doing the right thing. Get them living like this. Married, faithful, devoted father, faithful husband, real man. That's what I'm working on. And that's why I got the boys program. And I talk to them boys and I mentor them boys as much as I can. And thank y'all for y'all supporting Tony Gaslighting Family Foundation. And link is in the description. It's always there. Save it. And I appreciate you. We got us a trip coming up. We're gonna have us a nice little, basketball and retreat. So we're gonna have talks, they're gonna get lessons, they're gonna get talked to, they're gonna have notebooks, pens, take notes, all of that. So hey, this Tony Gaskins, God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. Hey, every day the Lord give me time. It's foot on next season. Every day the Lord give me time. I'm calling out the debauchery. So I'm telling you, check the men in your life. Check your cousins, your nephews, your brothers, your daddy. Check who they following. Check who they listening to. And I'm going to tell you, keep your kids away from these men. These men is dangerous. These men is debaucherous. These men is disgusting. Keep your children away from these men. Any man in that red pill movement that's on them talking points, any man who is against the message that I'm bringing, that you could see with your 2 eyes, is a nuclear family, is a righteous lifestyle, a married and faithful man who is a devoted father. If a man is against me, that lets you know what side he on, and that lets you know how he get down. Cause you either left or right, black or white. Ain't no gray area. Ain't no straddling the fence. You can't be lukewarm. You hot or you cold. And so if he got my name in his mouth and he trying to bash me and dissect my message and trying to pull all this stuff and ton of this, that lets you know what he on. He is a PDF, or he is a down low. He is debaucherous, and he disgusting. That lets you know, because think about it. How can you be mad with a man who is married and faithful and raising his kids who come from his wife? Think about it now. How is that offensive to you? How is that angering to you? When all I'm doing is calling out the disgusting life of adult male fornicators who proselytize and propagandize that lifestyle. That's all I'm doing. So if that's mad, and then how you mad with my delivery if you a man? We got cussed out our whole life by our football and basketball coaches. How you offended by a man delivery if you a man? When we get sent to war to put a bullet in people's skull, and you offended by delivery, and you call yourself a man? See what I'm saying? When y'all really think about this, none of the stuff they say makes sense. And see, it take a man like me with real wisdom to dissect it and break it down, and to prove that nothing of what they is saying makes any sense. And boy, they try to make it sound good, and they talk in them circles. Oh, he there. Oh, he that. Oh, he a hypocrite. Oh, he yeah. Oh, he that. At the end of the day, you are against a man who is married and faithful and raising his children with the woman who birthed those children. A man who loved the Lord, sold out to the Lord. A man who changed his life, became a God-made millionaire without a college degree. A man with over 100 digital products and published books with no college degree. A man who been a full-time entrepreneur since the age of 27 and was a part-time entrepreneur from the age of 22, and only had one real job out here in the real world, because I've been out here getting it, living my purpose. A man who was a teenage womanizer and a drug dealer, and changed my life and became the man that I am today. And I'm still in the infancy of what I am going to become if God gives me the time. That's what you mad at? Come on now. Make that make sense, black man. That y'all talking about y'all support each other and all of that. How can you be mad at the standard? How can you be mad at the prototype? How can you be mad at the echelon, the upper echelon? How can you be mad at a man who has succeeded where you have failed? How can you be mad at a man who could do what you haven't been able to do? Get married, be faithful, raise my kids in the house with the woman who birthed them. What you mad at? You mad at yourself. You mad at your failure. And you mad that I'm a representation of what you have not been man enough to become. But I'm challenging you to join me in these ranks. I'm challenging you to join me in this upper echelon. I'm challenging you to join me in this life of discipline and sacrifice and focus. I'm inviting you to be a real man and to do what is not comfortable, to do what is not easy, because that's what makes you a man. If you taking the path of least resistance, you're not a man. If you're living in fear of losing, you're not a man. If you're afraid to get married and fail, you're not a man. If you feel like that if you lose half of your net worth, you'll never bounce back and never be the same, you're not a man. A man does what is uncomfortable. A man accomplishes the unthinkable. A man accepts the challenge that God has bestowed upon us. And we get up and we go to war spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, every single day. That's what a man is. A man don't run from the challenge. A man don't fall down and stay down. A man don't fail and say, I'm never trying again because I failed. That's not what a man does. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep your head up. I just saw why I did not play baseball. That boy pitched that ball. That boy hit that ball line drive. It hit him right in the head. Hit the pitcher right in the head. And ball kept going to the outfield. Hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. We'll talk soon. If you're in California, I'll see you tonight in San Diego. God bless you.